Today, I want to talk about a 3-digit number that's vital to every single person's life. So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from skip tracing to collecting to management, and I've owned 2 debt collection agencies. For the past 8 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit, and now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. Let's go. Now, if you haven't had the time, be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, like each video, so that way the message will be spread to everyone. If you're looking for a free pay to delete letter, as well as a free consultation on credit repair, as well as 50% off of a DIY credit repair do-it-yourself packet, email me at askadebtcollector@barrettrecovery.com, and I can give you the information with regards to any of that stuff, okay? So, let's talk about this 3-digit number. Now, as I say a 3-digit number, you know that I deal with credit and debt. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys may not know, and if you don't know, it's okay. But what I'm talking about is your Fico score, which is the 3-digit number. I stress to you guys all the time the importance of understanding this 3-digit number. Why I don't understand why it's not taught in school, because it determines so much of your life, that 3-digit number. And if I would have understood that 3-digit number 10 years earlier than I actually realized and understood it, I could have been that further ahead of myself, right? Or at least I could have had the option to do what I needed to do with regards to understanding credit in general. I think a lot of people, if you have the education with regards to that 3-digit number, Fico score, vintage score, wherever you get that 3-digit number, if you had access to that or an understanding of that before you were 18, maybe around 16, 17, started building credit around 16, 17, learning about it around 15, 16, 17. Then when you turn 18 and about time you were 20, like most Americans, you wouldn't be in a bunch of debt. But this 3-digit number, Fico score, vintage score, whatever you want to call it, determines so much in your life, right? I want to talk about the 4 things that it determines in your life. So this 3-digit number determines 4 things. Your Fico score determines 4 things, right? Number 1, it determines where you live. Now, those of you who have applied for applications, I've been there. Whether it's you're trying to get an apartment you're trying to get into an apartment, right? And what ends up happening? If that 3-digit number is about 650 or lower, chances are you're not going to get approved for that apartment, right? A lot of times in nicer areas, the nicer the area, the more competition it is for apartments. We live in San Diego. Obviously, a lot of it is nice, but there are certain areas that are going to cost you more, but as well as you're going to have a good Fico score with regards to getting into some of these apartment areas, right? And so your Fico score determines where you live. When you turn 18 years old, 19 years old, if like most people that I know growing up, if you didn't have anybody who taught you anything about credit, you find out very quickly when it comes time to applying for an apartment that your Fico score matters. And that, you know, it could be the difference of a small deposit versus a large deposit versus paying first, last month's rent and a large deposit, or even getting declined and not even being able to get into an apartment complex. Same situation with regards to a house. If you're trying to get a mortgage, a lot of times people don't know anything with regards to that. You go in there and you realize that 3-digit number, once again, if it's not where it's supposed to be, then it haunts you, and it can stop you from getting a mortgage, or it can stop you from getting a better interest rate with regards to the mortgage. That's the number 1 thing. Number 2, it determines what you will drive. Those 4 wheels that you're driving currently right now, for most Americans in general, that 3-digit number determined that. If that 3-digit number was very low when you went and tried to apply for a car, this happened to me. I'll never forget going on the lot, first starting out, talking to the salesman and looking at 3 or 4 cars that I really wanted. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I want this one. I want to try and get approved for it. They pull a copy of your credit report. They get that 3-digit number. And then they take you to a section and say, hey, these are the cars you can pick from. In my situation, I think it was 2 cars that I had to pick from. It was a Honda Sonata and then some old Cadillac. And of course, I chose the Honda Sonata, but that 3-digit number determined the car that you're going to drive, right? And so, you know, the better the number is with regards to financing a car and so forth, obviously there are other factors that factor in, but if that number is higher, typically it's because you're taking care of business. The higher the number, the better chances you have of getting approved for whatever car. But that 3-digit number determined that. Number 3, and I've talked about this before, it determines what job you may get. A lot of companies now, when vetting and going over applications and so forth with regards to interviews and getting you a job, one of the things that I've learned through colleagues and business partners of mine and so forth is what you find out nowadays is a lot of times people know how to interview great. They know how to doctor up their resume and make that look great. They even can doctor up where they worked at before, saying they worked at certain spots and having friends and family actually act like they're their boss on the line and actually determine and, you know, say whatever it is to get you in there. So you can look great on paper when it comes to your resume, as well as obviously the way you interview. If you're a good people person, you can go in, you can interview great. But another thing that they're determining to judge your character off of is your credit report. And if that 3-digit number is low or poor, then it reflects on you as an individual. And it's almost like a report card, like I've stated before. So that is key. And then the last and 4th thing that this 3-digit number determines your FICO score is your insurance rates. Understand, the worse your FICO score is, the higher premiums you're going to pay in insurance rates, whether it's car insurance or renter's insurance, or whatever insurance it is that you're trying to get. They pull a copy of that 3-digit number, your FICO score, to get an idea of who you are as a person. And if that number is low, interest rates go up. If that number is high, interest rates go down. So that 3-digit number is so vital with regards to understanding. Now, if you're looking at getting your credit repaired, I recommend that you come through me. One of the reasons why I state that is because not only will I clean your credit and get you in the 700 club, that's always the goal. Number 2, I educate you on what to do once you get these credit cards and the best ways to pay them and the best ways to keep yourself with your FICO score doing nothing but going high, and what to do in order to keep it high. If you're looking at doing so, email me at askadebtcollector@barrettrecovery.com. I can give you a free consultation with regards to getting that done. And for those of you who have some knowledge with regards to credit repair, you don't necessarily need someone to do it, but you don't understand the letters, how to send dispute letters, and how all of that works. I have a DIY packet that I can give to you. It's 50% off this month. Check that out as well. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as always, you be